What's up, YouTube fam? Welcome to the Bitcoin breakout. What a crazy couple of days we've just had. I want to get into a few key lessons that have happened in the price action recently, and then a very quick update on what I think is going to happen next. Let's just take a very quick look at what's going on overall. The main thing I wanted to point out was this USDT dominance. We have currently hit a very key daily EQ level. So this is the telltale sign. Will the USDT dominance bounce here, or will we break down to a lower level? Why does that matter? Because if the USDT dominance starts to bounce here at this level, it means traders are taking profits on more risky assets, such as Bitcoin and alts, obviously. So that's a key one for us to be watching over the next few days. What else have we got here? At a glance, we'll go into it a bit deeper, but Ethereum has broken out of the W, and Bitcoin, of course, has broken that resistance. So let's take a look at Bitcoin a little bit deeper. So taking a look on the daily, this was the key area of interest that we were talking about in my last stream before the weekend. And this was the area that we needed to break or look for rejection. Now that we have broken, the next level that we need to look out for is this level up here at around 51,400. However, will it be a straight up to there from here? That part I sincerely doubt for a number of reasons. Look at this push here and then have a look at the daily volume starting to decline. We did have volume come in on this one push, which it was going to need to get through such a heavy resistance level. So it makes sense that the volume came through on that candle. At this point in time, we don't really have any follow through. The RSI, which I pointed out on the last video, is still respecting this trend line to actually come up to create a new higher high into the overbought region. What I would be watching for with the daily RSI now is the same thing. Will it come back to test that trend line and give us the next push up? As long as that RSI stays above the 50 and above this trend line, I think we're pretty good for a new uptrend. Let's take a look on the lower time frames. On the 4 hour, we are seriously overbought right now on the RSI. And looking left, this is the zone that price is now dealing with. This area here was the supply zone, which we did get above. However, the breakout from it currently at this point in time is quite weak. We don't have any divergences yet. And we also have this 4 hour inner trend line. So the question now is, will Bitcoin come back just to retest this prior resistance level here and then take off again to the 51,400 level? Or will we come down for a further retracement, break that previous resistance and head back to this daily trend line at around 39,000. Whether Bitcoin just pulls back from here to give us a new higher low to get in for a long position, or it does a full reversal on us, it's too early to call it. But before I get into what my play of the day is going to be, I want to go down to the 1 hour and just go through a few lessons that happened over the weekend to give you an idea of what to look out for in the future. So in the last update, price was in this area here. It had only just started to consolidate. We'd had this push up and we were looking at this whole area here as a potential level to reject at, but the final confirmation is always in the candles. And so I wanted to explain what happened here exactly and why you wouldn't have shorted. So during this entire period here, price did nothing and it was hitting up against what was a resistance at the time. However, the good news was it was staying above the 10 and 20 EMA there. This would have been the level that many traders opened shorts because we had already had quite a significant run up and now we were hitting a resistance. And based off this week here, traders would have thought that the sellers are present and they're going to open short positions. This candle here, however, this was your hint that the market maker wants to continue to go long. What this candle here actually is a test to the upside to see how strong the sellers are up there. When you get a test to the upside like that and we don't have a bigger sell-off that changes or breaks the support, you can expect that the market maker is going to try and bring price at a minimum back to that level. And then this candle here confirmed that that was the play for them, because this here was the stop hunt to take out people who had longed at this level with a very small stop and also shorted at this level with a very small stop, because they brought price down to take out the longs, then they pushed price up, which took out the shorts. then they continued on and eventually broke out of that level. Now, when I did see those wicks to the upside, I actually did this post over the weekend on my Twitter, because even though I was looking at rejection, I had a feeling that we would actually break to the upside. So guys, I only film these video updates 3 days a week. On the other days, if I see something that I think is important, I am posting that on Twitter. So make sure you head over to my Twitter, follow me over there. My social media links are in the description of this video. Please make sure you find them that way, because there are many scammers out there impersonating me, and I don't want you to end up following the wrong one and getting wrecked. Now, what I was actually talking about in this tweet was the options max pain level for the entire weekend was sitting at around 45,000, and at that point in time, price was stuck at around 45,000 as well. Max pain is the level where people who trade options, no matter which way they choose, both sides will feel the most pain if price closes on the expiry at the max pain price. So because price was holding there and we were getting those wick tests, that made me a little bit skeptical that we weren't going to get the pullback at resistance. The other thing too is the leverage longs at risk of liquidation on high block was sitting at around 15 billion. That made me skeptical that the market maker was probably going to break that resistance to send price higher to encourage retail, especially on a weekend, to open long positions at resistance with leverage so that they can build up more leverage in the market so that they can eventually turn that around and take price back the other way. So let's have a look at the high block chart to see how that's looking now. And you can see down here that currently we are now sitting at around $29.7 billion worth of leverage longs in the market at risk of getting wrecked should price head back the other way. So I would say the market maker has achieved the goal. Also, when you look here to the right, all these spikes here show you key levels where most traders will get wiped out if price comes back. It's hard to match up the actual price to this, but that's looking at around 44,000 or maybe just under. Then moving on, they did it again. And you can see this a lot actually on the lower time frames, but here's another good example. This was another test to the upside to see how strong the sellers are up there before actually pushing price back up into that zone, which has happened now. So because we're still getting these tests up at around 47,700, for me, it doesn't make sense for me to just open a blind short just because we've run so much over the last couple of days. If your reason to open a trade is just because price has moved too much, that's the wrong reason to open a trade. What I'm looking for now, personally for myself, is I'm looking to see if we now actually change market structure. This isn't the type of price action where I would want to try to catch the top or the bottom. Play for me right now is very simple. It's on the 1 hour time frame, and this is all I'm watching. If we get a break of this trend line here and we break below the two EMAs, which is the 10 and 20 EMA, and we come back to retest them and fail, that's where I'm looking to open my short. Now, I don't know exactly where that price will be at the time. It doesn't matter what the price is to me. It matters what the structure of the candles are. So for me, it's a break of this trend line, a break below the two EMAs, then a retest that fails to close back above them, and that's where I'll open a position. Should I get all of that, then I'd be looking to short back down to this previous level here, say at around 45,000, to retest this zone and see if that zone now flips into support. If it does, that may be the area for me to bag flip and go long. And the reason for that is because looking out on the higher time frame, that will be this play here. So very quick and very simple. That's what I'm looking for today on Bitcoin. Let's take a very quick look at Ethereum. So Ethereum on the daily, as we know, we've been watching this W for a really long time. The W formation is now complete because we have now broken above where the left side of the W started. However, again, we do not have a confirmed uptrend until we have retested the W and created a higher low. Now, when I say retest, it doesn't have to retest and hold above this previous resistance. Price can come all the way back into this zone before potentially shooting out. As long as this peak here continues to create a higher low, we have a new bullish trend. Bearing in mind that there's no guarantee just because we've broken out of this level that we won't fully reject and continue continue the bearish sentiment. And I just want to be really clear about that, because number one, I don't trust weekend price action. Trend rarely changes during a weekend that sustains throughout the week. That's very important to know. And that's because it's retail trading. It's market maker making the retail trader FOMO in so that they can fill their bags and send market the other way. So just be very careful. Twitter is full of bullish momentum and the bears are dying and I told you and whatnot. And look, sure, this could be the start of a new uptrend and that would be great for all of us. And I couldn't be happier if we do come back and somewhere create this higher low. I just don't think it's intelligent to call it right now. And now I'm going to move this zone to these candles here, because this is where price actually struggled with ETH. So when you can see this now, this is where we fell away. This is where we came back to retest. And now we've only just broken through. We haven't broken through far above it. So there really is every chance that we are still bearish. I'm sorry to be the person bringing you the bad news on YouTube. This video is probably going to get me no views, but I'd rather be honest. And if you do like honest TA, please hit that like button and leave me a comment and help me get things like this around the internet. So my play for ETH is the same. Looking for rejection now. On the 4 hour, we've created this very steep trend line. But one thing Ethereum could do now is come back to retest this zone and then take off to the next level. If it did do that, I would expect the next level to be somewhere around the 3,600 mark. And again, Ethereum on the 1 hour is looking very similar to Bitcoin in that it's the same play for me. Waiting for a break in this trend line, a break below both of these EMAs, a retest, and then shorting down to this trend line at a minimum, reassess when we get there. Hopefully price comes back to retest this entire level here between 3180 and about 3200. So my final thoughts are, because we've had all of these wick tests to the upside over the weekend, showing us that the market maker was still trying to push price higher, even up at these levels up here. I'm not interested in taking a blind short just because we've run a lot. Market structure has to change for me so that I can know that they've stopped trying to push price higher. That's where I'd be looking to open a short. There is a chance that we will get more of these tests and price will continue pushing up. But until we've actually changed market structure, we should be banking on prices still continuing higher. So I'd also be watching for candles to give us these continued wicks to the upside, to give a hint that the market may still go up. If you're in open long positions, then that's what to watch for to know where to take profit. If you're looking to short, then in my opinion, it has to be a change in market structure. That's all I got for you guys. I hope that was helpful. Once again, if you did enjoy this video, please hit that like button. Leave me a comment below about what your trade of the day is going to be. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn the bell button to all so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. Have an amazing day and I'll see you soon.